Hey guys, it's Mackenzie. Welcome back to my channel. So today we have a ship with me video. I don't have too many sales to package up and ship out today, around 15-ish, but I had some extra time. I figured I would just go ahead and film a video. Sales have been kind of slow this week, but honestly, I'm not too worried about it. I think around this time of year, spring break and the week after spring break, when everyone is, on vacation and getting back into their normal day-to-day routines, they're just very busy and not really thinking about online shopping. But historically, in the months to come leading up to summer, my sales do pick up because people are wanting to transition their wardrobes into, the warmer weather months, buying shorts, sandals, flip-flops, lightweight layering items, lots of linen, lots of cotton. And so I do anticipate sales picking up, and of course listing more frequently and consistently always helps. So let's go ahead and get into it. Our first sale for today is a pair of vintage jeans. These are by the brand Lee, L-E-E. And they're really cute. They're like a light to medium wash. This is the sought after cut of vintage jeans. It's like a tapered leg, a little bit looser through the thigh. These are a size 8, I believe, 8 long, but with vintage items, especially bottoms, I do always provide measurements. I provide measurements for every item in my closet, but I would say if you're going to give measurements for anything, you would want to do it for vintage because it does not always equate to modern sizing. A lot of the time, vintage it runs small. So I listed these jeans at 32. Someone liked them, and so my PosherVA sent them out a $28 offer with discounted shipping, which they did accept, making my earnings $20.38. I paid around $2 for these at the bins. I would say maybe like 6 to 9 months ago. I have had them for a while. I think maybe they took a little bit longer to sell because of what I was just mentioning. Vintage sizing can be kind of hard. Even though I listed these as a size 8, and whoever is an actual size 8 will be filtering that size when they're looking at jeans. But then when they stumble upon the listing, maybe the measurements are too small for them, kind of thing, because like I said, vintage does run small. And so it might have taken, someone who's actually a size 6 to stumble upon this listing. And so my profit came out to $18.38 on these jeans. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy to get these out the door and reinvest that profit into faster moving inventory. Now we have another pair of bottoms. However, these are shorts. These are so cute. They are by the brand Sundance, embroidered cuff hem shorts in a size petite 6, and these are the newer tag from Sundance. It has like turquoise colored font. They're in excellent condition. I grabbed these from the bins, I would say maybe like 4 or 5 months ago. It was in wintertime, and so, or maybe going into wintertime. And so I did anticipate these sitting for a bit just because, that wasn't the prime season to get them listed. However, my PosherVA just relisted these, and so they got some fresh eyes on them during the appropriate season, and they sold for full price of $32, making my earnings $25.60. and my profit around $23.60. So that is why it is so important to relist. I already have a thank you sticker. I do list year round just because several reasons, but you never know when someone's going on vacation or why they would have a need for like a contrasting season at that time. Like they're going on a trip or they just live in an opposite climate than you kind of thing. And also I don't like to have just like a huge amount of looming inventory that I know I need to get listed at some point in the future. And also because, you know, I got those shorts listed back a few months ago, and now I am reaping the rewards just by getting them relisted. So yeah, I'm an advocate for listing year round. You never know when something's going to sell, and worst case scenario, you can always get it relisted. Okay, now we have a very fast sale. This sold within a day of being listed. The brand is Dim Daco, but that did not really mean anything to me. I picked this up purely based on style and seasonality. These super lightweight poncho topper type items fly out of my closet this time of year. People love lightweight layering items. This is so cute. You could wear it a variety of ways, to the beach, to the pool, or just out for lunch. You could layer this over a lightweight tank with some denim and it would be adorable. And the plus side to these is they are so lightweight, and I often find them at the Goodwill outlet. So I paid right around $1 for this. I listed it at $22. Someone pretty much immediately offered me $19, which I did go ahead and accept. You guys know I love a fast flip. So my earnings were $15.20, and my profit was around $14.20, which I'm happy with. The sale price was $19. The buyer did end up paying close to $30 with, you know, taxes, shipping, and so that is right around retail price for that piece. So I'm happy with my profit on that. Okay, now we have a 4-item bundle. I'm going to grab my box number 7 here. And this was exciting because it was a full price bundle sale, which is like my favorite thing ever. So our first piece going in the box is this gorgeous Eileen Fisher waterfall drape front salt and pepper. Well, I guess it's more like, it's like a cream base and then black flecks, but really pretty, great fabric content to this. 55% organic cotton, 30% wool, and 15% nylon. It was a size extra small though, so I do think that is the main reason this sat. If this had been an extra large or plus size, it probably would have sold within the week of being listed. But this did sit for, I would say, 6 to 9 months. But I did know that it would sell eventually because Eileen Fisher is a very reputable, high quality brand. This retailed with it being a wool, what did I say? Cotton wool blend, I believe. That probably retailed for $250 easily. Second piece is by the brand Etc. I recently got this at the Family Thrift Center outlet. It's probably been listed for a couple weeks now, so a relatively fast sale. I mainly picked this up because it's 100% wool and I loved the cut of it. Something about it is just so modern and minimalist, contemporary, sophisticated, just very like cool girl vibes. Let me give one more look at the silhouette. So yeah, you could layer like a top, a long sleeve under this, or wear it. I think it'd be so cute buttoned all the way up with like maybe a pair of trouser pants. And with it being 100% wool, that was really nice quality. Third piece in this bundle is this by Anthropologie tunic blouse top, long sleeve, very gauzy cotton. So this is a great transitional piece for springtime. You have the longer sleeves, which offer a little bit of warmth, but the gauzy cotton does, you know, it's breezy, keeps you cool. And lastly is this Cami NYC 100% silk lace trim camisole. Even though this doesn't look very substantial, this retailed for over $100. This is a Bolo brand, Cami NYC. Their silk items performed pretty well. This one did sit. So the By Anthropologie tunic I just showed, I've had that for a couple weeks now. That was a pretty quick sale. I was actually given that by Melinda at the bin, so shout out to her. She's so sweet. And then this camisole, I want to say I've had for maybe like 3 to 5 months. So I've just neatly folded all 4 items into the box. And then I'm going to add a piece of paper on top and then add a thank you sticker to that. And so it looks nice and presentable when the buyer opens the box. So when all 4 of these items were added together, the bundle price came out to $160. However, I do have an automatic 15% discount off 3 items or more in my closet. And so the sale price was $136. My earnings came out to $108 with 80 cents. My cost of goods for everything was right around $8. And so my profit was $100 on this bundle, which I'm super happy with. I was happy to move out some older inventory. And like I said, a full price bundle sale. I think I woke up to that, which is just the best way to wake up as a reseller, I would say. Okay, now we have another bundle. This one is 2 items. The first piece is this smiley face sweater. This is so cute. I just listed this, so this sold within a couple days, which we love. I grabbed this from the bins for several reasons. Obviously, first off, because of the fun smiley face print. I would say that was the biggest reason, but also it is 100% cotton, so even though it is just a boutique brand being buy together, it is still good quality. If this had been the same everything but 100% polyester, I would have left it because the quality would not have been there. I also did really like the silhouette. It's that oversized boxy cut, which a lot of people like, the slouchy look, me included. And second and last piece in this bundle is a pair of flip-flops by UGG. They are genuine leather braided flip-flops in really good shape. I think they're a size 5, which is a pretty small size, so they did sit for a while. They're a size 6. So yeah, I have had these for at least 9 months, around 9 months probably. But again, I want to say I listed these going out of summertime. And so that always, you know, oh, these were also relisted. So that is why they sold, because once again, they got fresh eyes on the listing during their peak, you know, seasonally appropriate time kind of thing. So yeah, I highly recommend relisting. That does really help to supplement my daily sales. I have been trying to consistently list these days. It's kind of hard because, you know, I am active on YouTube, obviously. I feel like I've really been trying to up my filming schedule, and when I do that, my listing kind of suffers. But then when I'm listing a lot, my YouTube videos, like consistent filming and editing and listing, or filming and editing and posting, I'm not consistent with that. So it's kind of like one or the other. I've been doing this for like 8 years now, and it's still so hard for me to find a balance between YouTube and listing items, but I'm working on it. What was my point with this? Yeah, I'm trying to list consistently every week, but relisting really helps me like fill in the gaps of when I'm not listing every day kind of thing, because those sales that I get from the relisted items really help to supplement my daily sales kind of thing. Because, you know, if I relist 40 items per day and 1 or 2 items sell from each batch, I mean, that's, you know, that's huge. That really increases my monthly sales overall. So highly recommend relisting. I do it pretty much every single day. I try to relist 40 items. I basically just go into my PosherVA each day. I type in that I want 40 items relisted, and then I click start, and it does everything for me. It goes in and deletes the old listings, copies them over into new listings, copies the photos, copies the description, and then it deletes the old listings. So yeah, I highly recommend PosherVA. I do have a discount code if you want to try it out. It's Mckinsey20. Could not run my business without it. It also shares my closet for me several times per day, again, with just clicking one button, start. I also use it to send out bulk offers if there is a closet clear out day sale and I want to discount a lot of older items in my closet. I can just go in, and they have parameters, so you can say, I want all of the items that are older than 60 days to be discounted by 40%, and then you click go, sends out all the discounts. And yeah, it's such a huge tool that really garners you a lot of sales that you wouldn't have otherwise. Okay, so for this smiley face sweater and the UGG flip-flops, the bundle price came out to $57 and I was offered $44. I did accept that, making my earnings $35.20. I paid $4 for both, and so my profit was right around $31. We have yet another bundle, a 2-item bundle. The first piece is this fringe trim cardigan topper piece vest that I just showed in a thrift haul, so another really fast sale here. Same thing I was mentioning earlier, these poncho vest, cardigan, layering pieces do very, very well for me this time of year, and they are relatively lightweight to get from the bins. I'm going to wrap these separately. You guys are always asking me how I get so many bundles, and the only secret that I know is that I try to curate my closet. So I would say I have maybe like 10 different styles that I like to stick to within my closet, and I don't really venture outside of those. Every once in a while I will, just to see how something does, but for the most part I like to stick to bohemian, lag and look, preppy, like academia stuff, closet staples, high quality materials, linen, cashmere, wool, anything natural, classic prints, stripes, leopard print, polka dots, reptiles, plaids. I like novelty printed stuff, anything quirky. I also list retro styles, so pinup, rockabilly stuff. And I'm looking at my inventory rack to see what my repeating patterns are and styles. But yeah, basically anything that's like high quality and cute and just has a certain, like, has several sellable factors to it, I will pick up. And then I think the bundle sales just kind of naturally follow that, because you know, people can they bundle together a lot of the same style items together. Did I not include, what did I leave out here? What is this? Oh yeah, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. I haven't wrapped this yet. So yeah, that kind of thing. Just a lot of overlapping styles, materials, brands, and then I think it's natural for people to bundle similar things within those categories, if that makes sense. Okay, next and last, so we had that fringe trim vest, and second and last piece in the bundle is this Nick and Zoe open front cardigan. This is really pretty. Again, this was recently relisted, and it did sell because this is prime time for it. This is 64% linen, so it is very breezy. Nick and Zoe it's a brand that seems to sit, but when it does sell, it definitely sells for a decent amount. So I think I will still continue to pick it up. I have noticed that larger sizes do sell better. I would say it is more of a mature brand. But it does retail for quite a bit. Like this cardigan was, I would guess, around $150 retail. And I think it does have a following, but like I said, the sizing and style does seem to matter. I have had a couple pieces that I've listed that have sold like immediately, but then items like this sit for a while. I have had this cardigan for, I would say, around a year now, maybe 9 months-ish. I'm gonna grab my $10.95 box. One of you guys told me that the $10.92 box has been discontinued from USPS, which I'm so sad to hear. I haven't confirmed that yet on the website, but if that's true, I am going to be so sad. That's my smaller bundle box, which I usually pack like one bulky sweater in or one pair of shoes kind of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna have to find another tried and true favorite box. Okay, so the bundle price for these two, the Nick and Zoe cardigan and the fringe trim vest topper, came out to $58, and this was a full price sale. So the Nick and Zoe cardigan was priced at $30, the vest was priced at $28. Someone added the two together and purchased for $58. My earnings came out to $46.40. And my profit was right around $42 on this bundle. So very happy with that. And then we have a blouse. This is a button-up blouse by the brand Jodaful. It's new at tag, size large. I just picked this up from the bins because I thought the print and cut was so cute, It has like an interesting sleeve. I'm not sure if you can really see it. It is 100% cotton, so kind of mimicking what I was saying about that smiley face sweater, even though this is, okay, this is 100% polyester. That's so funny. I was just saying. But even though it's polyester, it feels like cotton. I probably thought this was cotton. But I love the print. It is a size large, and it is new at tag. So that kind of overrode the material if I was aware that this was polyester, and I still wanted to get it, and it sold. So I listed this at $28. Someone offered me $20, which I did go ahead and accept. That made my earnings $16 and my profit around $15 on this shirt. I couldn't see it go off to a landfill. It was new at tags. No one was picking it up. And I think it's adorable. How cute would this be for like an art teacher with the paint brush print? And this I have had, I would say, like a month or two. So it didn't really take long at all to sell. I stumbled into a stack of like 20, at least 20 or 25 button-down shirts, or button-up shirts, I guess you'd say, at the bins, ladies button-up shirts, and they were all very similar to this. All boutique brands, Jodaful, Intro, a lot of them were new at tags. I don't know if they came from like a boutique or what, but they've all been selling really well. Okay, our very last sale to package up and ship out today is definitely a little bit underwhelming. This is a Zara new at tags daisy printed mini dress. And I had this listed at $22. It was recently relisted and someone offered me $8. I did accept that. No one yell at me, please. So I do have some reasons as to why I was willing to accept an $8 offer on this dress. The biggest thing is I have had it for a long time. I would say 9 months plus. Also because I have been taking items to Plato's Closet to sell them, like less substantial items, mall brands, lower end mall brands, items with small flaws, that kind of thing. Just inventory I'm looking to move out. And this dress would kind of fit in that category. Like I would be willing to unlist this and take it into Plato's Closet. And Plato's pays me on average $3 to $4 per item. And so if I accepted the $8 offer on this dress, my earnings would be $5. And so I figured that's $1 more than I would get from Plato's Closet. And so I just accepted it. I have had it, like I said, did I say that, for a long time now. It is, you know, just a small brand from Zara. It's not super substantial, being sleeveless and mini length. And so yeah, I'm happy for a $5 profit to reinvest in some faster moving inventory. That's like at least 3 items from the bins that I could potentially flip those for $60. It's all about keeping things moving in this business, reinvesting, and yeah, just moving items in and out. Okay, so I ran out of paper. Before we end the video, I think I'm going to unwrap my new box of paper because you guys are always asking about the paper that I use. So I do order it from Amazon. It is U-Haul brand, and it's 24-inch by 30-inch sheets of clean white newsprint. This is a 25-pound, 500 sheets per box. So it's shipped to you like this. Actually, you know what? I think it's shipped in a bigger box than this. And they stuff half the box with like crumpled up brown paper, and then this box is in the other half. But yeah, regardless, it's shipped to you from Amazon. You open it up, and it's kind of tricky to get the paper out of the box. I always kind of put it on its side like this, dump the paper out, and move the box. I do save that box in case I need to use it for shipping. And then you just kind of unroll it. And then you have 500 sheets of paper for your shipping. I do select the 500 sheet option or the 25-pound option because that is the cheapest when you're buying in bulk kind of thing. So yeah, this is what it looks like out of the box. And I want to say it's around $30. I do have a link to it in the description of this video if you want to order it. This lasts me, it depends on, you know, how much I'm listing and selling, but I would say this lasts me at least 6 months. And I get a lot of 5-star reviews on my packaging because, you know, I feel like the paper is presentable, it's nice, it's clean. So it's $40. 8 cents per sheet. So yeah, I will have the link for this down below. Don't forget to sign up for PosherVA if you want to take your business to the next level. Make sure you are sharing multiple times per day. You are relisting, getting fresh eyes on those older listings, getting them out the door. And yeah, I hope you guys are having a great start to your spring season. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy, please feel free to leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys soon. Bye, y'all.